Talk to yourself like you would to someone you love, says Breen Brown. Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of the Ambrosia Wellness Podcast. Nurture Her, Wellness, Wisdom, and Worth, where we talk about nourishment, not just for the body, but for the mind, the heart, and the soul. Hi, I'm your host Pallavi Pinge, clinical nutritionist, wellness guide, and your cheerleader through all the beautiful, messy, and powerful transitions of life. Today's episode is close to my heart because it's something I've personally wrestled with, especially in midlife. We are talking about the voice inside our heads. You know the one that says, "Why haven't you done more by now? Look at her. She's glowing and you're just tired. You should have figured this out already." Sound familiar? If your inner critic has gotten louder, more insistent, and more unkind as the years have gone by, please know you are not alone. But here's the good news. Just because that voice has taken center stage doesn't mean it gets to direct your story. Today we are going to talk about how to rewrite your self-talk, especially in midlife, a phase where so much is shifting: our roles, our bodies, our relationships, and our sense of identity. Let's dive right in. The inner critic, why is it louder now? Midlife is often a reckoning point. The kids are older, maybe even gone. Our parents may now need us more. Our careers might feel flat, or we might be starting all over. And our bodies, oh, the betrayal we sometimes feel. In the midst of all this, our inner voice, once maybe a gentle nudge, becomes a harsh commentator, measuring us against invisible yardsticks. But here's the thing, that critic, it was born to protect you. It likely formed in childhood, helping you avoid shame, judgment, or rejection. But now, it's over-functioning. It's become the overzealous security guard at the gate of your potential. Step 1. Notice the script. The first step is awareness. What are the repeating phrases you hear when you mess up, or even when you succeed? Do you say things like, "I'm not good enough, I always mess things up, I should have known better"? Start writing them down. See the patterns. You can't change what you can't see. Step 2. Rewrite with compassion. Once you've identified your inner script, ask, would I say this to my best friend, my daughter, or even a stranger? Probably not. So here's where the rewrite begins. Replace "I'm such a mess" with "I'm figuring things out, and that takes courage." Swap "I've wasted so much time" with "I took a longer route, but I've learned so much more on the way." This isn't just fluffy affirmation talk. This is retraining your neural pathways. Self-compassion is not indulgence, it's fuel. Step 3. Anchor in the present. The inner critic thrives in regret, past, and fear, future. But the antidote? It's the present. Simple mindfulness practices like taking 3 deep breaths when the critic shows up, saying, "This is just a thought, not a fact," putting your hand on your heart and whispering, "I am safe, I'm doing my best." These little rituals add up. They become new habits of kindness. Step 4. Build your inner cheer squad. Start surrounding yourself with voices, internal and external, that lift you up. Listen to podcasts like this one. Read books that affirm your worth. Talk to women who speak kindly to themselves. It's contagious. Also, name your inner critic. Seriously. Give it a name like Naggy Nisha or Judgy Jane. This helps you separate yourself from that voice and not let it run the show. Step 5. Make it a daily practice. Changing self talk is like changing your diet. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to be intentional. Try this daily. Morning, say one kind thing to yourself before your feet hit the floor. Afternoon, check in and reframe one negative thought. Night, write down 3 things you did right today. These little shifts retrain your inner dialogue from criticism to compassion. Final thoughts. Midlife is not the end. It's not a time for self blame or shrinking. It's a time of awakening, of taking inventory, of pruning what no longer serves, including that old harsh self talk. You are still becoming, and how you speak to yourself during this sacred transition shapes who you become. So, dear listener, the next time your inner critic gets loud, try this. Smile gently and say, "Thank you for trying to protect me, but I'm choosing a kinder path now." Coming up next week, we'll be talking about something exciting. Can midlife be the start of a new you? Embracing reinvention with joy. We'll explore real life stories, actionable tips, and ways you can embrace change with enthusiasm rather than fear. Because reinvention isn't just for the young, it's for the wise. Until then, be kind to yourself. You're doing better than you think. This is Pallavi Pinge signing off and reminding you you're not too late, you're right on time. Stay nourished inside out.